We are making a very bold move today. We are headed offshore. Mainsail is at the third reef, and we've only got about 50% of the jib out.
We are approaching St. Lucie Inlet. We have decided we're going to go in at St. Lucie. We can't make it to West Palm in the daylight. It has been flat calm all day, and now the wind has come. Predict Wind just did an update, and now they're saying there's going to be 25-30 knot gusts here shortly this afternoon, and the seas are picking up. So thankfully it's from the south. I believe we will be able to get in this inlet. People make this out to be like the worst inlet ever. You guys see the marker? It seems very far away still. Not good. It grabs and then you're like fighting it back. It's like, oh my
lord. Good morning. Behind me you can see St. Augustine, and behind me now you can see the ocean. We are making a very bold move today. We are headed offshore, or outside as the true sailors would call it, and we're going to make a jog all the way down to Ponce de Leon, possibly further. If the conditions are good, then we may just push on and do an overnight all the way down to West Palm Beach. We will see how things are looking as we go, because there's going to be a lot of firsts today. So this is a first. We have been offshore before, but not like this, not down here, not with these particular weather conditions. The last time we were offshore was when we brought our boat down to the Myrtle Beach area. It was actually Myrtle's Inlet from Sunset Beach, North Carolina, and it was a really nice experience, but there was no wind, none, and the seas were calm as glass. This is going to be a little tiny bit more sporty. We have never truly sailed this boat. We've had the head sail up a few times, and we had the mainsail up once going through the survey. Because of where we were in the marina for so long, there's really nowhere to go to sail. There's no easy way out, and work schedules were not permissive of taking extra time off. And that's okay, because we were working hard to save money so that we could do this. So today's the day. There's gonna be 15 knot winds, gusts to 20, possibly a little more. There's going to be somewhere between 2 and 4 foot seas with 8-second intervals, give or take. So far, it's pretty. So we're gonna get a little further out, and we're gonna get set up to raise the sails.
How are we looking?
Guys, sorry I didn't film any of this. It's just wind up to 20 knots. And the gusts are kind of long, so we didn't have time, or we didn't feel comfortable having the cameras out, but we are sailing. The mainsail is at the third reef, and we've only got about 50% of the jib out.
We have no engines on, and we were actually going pretty fast. It was just getting really uncomfortable. We were approaching 8 knots of speed without the engine, but we were kind of more pointed broadside to these waves, and it was getting to the point where the slap and everything was just really uncomfortable. So we kind of turned off a little bit. Wind is now more at our stern, still to the side, still sailing. We've been doing about 6 up and down a little bit. The wind is blowing at 24 knots ish and kind of staying there. Not what was predicted. Seas are a little higher than what was predicted, but you know, it is what it is. Right now it's kind of more comfortable. We slowed down. It doesn't feel as rough. I would love to be going 7 knots, but I don't want to keep taking slaps on our side that are so hard that it's shaking everything. So we're gonna go this way a bit, and then we'll kind of tack it up and go this way a bit, and then yeah, see how it goes. We were cruising along with about 15-14 knots of wind, and it seemed like the seas were calming out a little bit and it was getting really comfortable. And then all of a sudden we just had really heavy wind, over 25 knots. Right now it says 22. It still doesn't feel quite that bad, but over 25 knots just all of a sudden, and it started to feel like wild with the waves, but they're calming down. We're novice sailors, so you know, someday I feel like this will probably be like whatever, but just because we're learning to trust everything, I'm not ready to like really push it. But we're under sail, no motors. We're trying to make Palm Beach during the daylight hours tomorrow. It'll be late tomorrow evening, but if we add distance by tacking, we won't make it. So we're keeping a pretty good speed by motor sailing. Occasionally we can see 7.8 knots. The engine adds a couple knots to our speed, 1.5 to 2, and we're only running one, so we're not burning much diesel. So we're committed to the overnight. I've been watching the weather updates, so it looks like Cape Canaveral is going to have really bad weather tomorrow night. We should hit it tonight around 1 a.m. The hope is that we can hit Cape Canaveral and get around it in the calm tonight and then get into West Palm Beach tomorrow. It looks like the weather might turn after that, so we're trying to get in before that happens.
We're going to go overnight tonight, and then tomorrow all day, and then hopefully before sunset. So the wind, we could probably sail some. The wind had just died. We were just kind of flogging around. It's predicted to die. The wind is predicted to drop down, so we figured we'd go ahead and get them done now before the sun's down. If we do get wind in our favor, we'll just put the head sail out and we'll use that to give us a little boost. That we can do easily from back here in the cockpit without going out front.
I keep seeing something on our radar. I don't know what it is, but then it goes away. So I don't know. I mean, it's been different sizes though. It's behind us, almost 6 miles. So there's been a lot of whales sightings. They were actually using an aircraft to tell people where whales were the other day. So I don't know if they could be whales coming up out of the water. I have no idea, but that's what we've got on radar. Keeping an eye on it, but it's behind us, so I don't think it's a problem. We lost our navigation light in the incident, and we have not been able to get another one yet, so we are using this. This is the Mantis new dinghy light. We ordered this. It does the tricolor. We got it for our dinghy because we don't have nav lights on the dinghy, but you can turn off the white in the back, and it's rated to 2 nautical miles for the front. So what we're gonna do is actually kind of strap this to the front of the boat so we have a nav light for tonight because we are going overnight. So it locks in place. It seems very secure.
It doesn't look like much now, but it's rated for 2 nautical miles. And we're a little off center, so that's not good, but that's really the only place we can mount it. When this guy crashed down, the light failed. And we've been trying to get another one, but we haven't been able to do that. We were able to buy a couple of things from Mantis, and John, the rigger at St. Mary's, was very generous to let us use his home address to have those things shipped. Those things were kind of pertinent to the work he was doing, and we just kind of bought this also, and it was packaged with everything. So I didn't want to say, hey, could we have Amazon shipped to your house also? That just didn't feel right. It's about 6 a.m. Becky did almost the entire night. The sun hasn't come up yet, but I got up at midnight and I sat with her for a while, and she was doing fine. She told me to go back to bed, and so I did. And I got up at 2, and same thing. I don't do very well waking up in the middle of the night. I guess I got to get better at that. She often has insomnia, so she was awake and said she felt good. So yeah, so she had the helm until around 6. She's got course set for me. We're just staying the course. Autopilot's working like a champ. Something a little weird over here. There's a string of lights on the horizon, and that could be a shipping channel. I think it's a shipping channel, so that might be what I'm seeing. But they're not pinging on my radar, and they're not on my AIS. Got some boats over here to our starboard side, but nothing on the port. So I don't know what those lights are. The sun will be coming up soon. Alright guys, the sun is officially up. We'll probably be getting some wind pretty soon. And we'll be sailing again. We got this boat right here that's approaching us kind of quickly. Kind of looks like might be on a bit of a collision course here. We might need to slow down a bit. I don't know, maybe they were out all night fishing or something.
So we are approaching St. Lucie Inlet. We have decided we're going to go in at St. Lucie. That's our current decision. Because we can't make it to West Palm in the daylight, and although it's navigable in the dark, just the thought of having to get in there after 7 p.m. and then trying to find an anchorage, which West Palm tends to be pretty crowded, I don't want to do that on my first time in. So we decided to go in St. Lucie. It has been flat calm all day. And now the wind has come. Predict Wind just did an update, and now they're saying there's going to be 25, 30 knot gusts here shortly this afternoon. And the seas are picking up. So thankfully it's from the south. I believe we will be able to get in this inlet. There's a lot of data online where people make this out to be like the worst inlet ever, and then other people make it out like it's no big deal. The Coast Guard marks the channel, follow the markers. They move constantly, just follow them, everything's fine. So we're gonna approach, see what it looks like. If it looks like we got standing waves and it's too rough to get in, we're gonna keep going to West Palm and coming in the dark, and it'll be fine.
Let's give you guys a quick update of how things look outside here. The waves always look bigger in person is what they say. We will see when I edit this footage. But these are probably 3 feet, and that is what they were calling for. The inlet that we're looking for is right up here. It's about 4 miles away or so. So I don't know if you can tell, we're not uncomfortable. The wind is directly on our bow, and so the waves are coming right at us. So we're getting a little bit of this kind of motion, as you might be able to see right now. But not bad. We're not, you know, hobby horsing or anything else like that. Still a beautiful day.
Trying to figure out what's going on. I'm hoping I'll be able to follow somebody in with, you know, local knowledge. We'll see. But I read online, somebody said that this inlet's been so dredged, it's nothing to worry about, just go. 2 targets on AIS. I feel like I'm seeing 3 or 4, but not everybody has AIS, of course. The 2 targets on AIS, everybody looks like they're coming into the inlet. They should get there before me, because I am slapping into it right now. They're kind of coming with it, so they're actually traveling faster than I am, but they're about the same distance. It'll be really nice if I can have somebody to follow in, especially somebody that looks like they have a deeper draft than I do.
Well guys, conditions worsened real fast. We definitely have 3 to 4 foot seas. We're trying to remind ourselves the boat can handle it. Sometimes we have to say it out loud. We're still about 25 minutes or so to the inlet.
We've like slowed down.
Beaten into the waves, so it's slowing us down dramatically. We should have basically been there, but it slowed us down like 20 to 30 minutes.
You guys see the marker? It seems very far away still. I gotta get past it so I can turn. I'm trying so hard to get into this inlet.
All right, guys, so we went from pretty calm to now we've got 6-foot waves right here. I think most people would agree this is sporty. Do you think?
This laugh right now.
We're seeing boats coming in from miles away. They're running on a plane. We have ours up on a plane right now too. When the waves hit us just right, we're on a plane.
About 3.8 knots because that's... All right.
There's the buoy. Okay, we're gonna turn, guys. It might get real dicey.
Let me wait till I'm gonna go a little bit further past it because these guys are all kind of lining up this. What is he doing now? Oh Lord, buddy. Is he going across or what's he doing? I want to turn.
He's gonna jet in front of you, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna turn.
As if we didn't need extra wake. Now we got.
Everybody, hold on.
Hold on tight, guys. Now we got a sport fish going right in front of us. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, at the moment that feels a little better. Did I say it too soon?
What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Carter's yelling at me from the inside.
So I'm trying to use the navigation aids. This is rough. I would say probably not recommended. Definitely wouldn't be coming out in this. Yeah, this is really rough. Really hard. Really hard to control. I gotta get past, I think if we get past this breakwater, we'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It carries me sideways. I'm hoping we get up near this land and it'll lay down a bit. I got current fighting me right now, so I'm just trying to steer. It grabs and then you're like fighting it back. It's like, oh my lord. Pushes you sideways, the front end swings, the back end. It's like, oh.
I think that probably would have challenged even the most experienced sailor.
I don't know about that.
I think we're more capable than we think we are.